All right, NSU coach Rob Robinson. Coach, you guys have got all your signees in. Just talk about the class as a whole and what you think about your first recruiting class.
The class we have is small. That's all time game that we ran into trying to get kids in and kids out. And the biggest thing is we got quality kids that are going to come in and ready to compete with our kids. And that's the type of athlete we want to get here that are going to, come in and push your kids, and get along with them and build a program, not just be here for a couple of years and decide to go somewhere else. That was a big thing for us, is getting quality people, quality student athletes, and then having them ready to hit the ground running when they get here.
How important is it for a guy who spent 12 years at a program like Washburn? How important was it to go out and find guys that that could play at this level?
It's your main obstacle. You've got to find guys that can play at this high caliber year in, year out, or it's going to be a long year, and you won't be here very long if you don't get that. If you don't address your recruiting needs and if you don't recruit the right way, anybody can go out and sign high school kids if you fly a bunch of money at them.
Mm-hmm.
But the big thing is you got to get the right kind of kid, to understand who you're battling, because we just lost two more schools out this year. So it's basically a full Royal Rumble, from week one on.
Yeah.
You've got to have kids that can physically stand up to physical football play.
And despite the small class, you feel like you've done that.
We've got a lot of great kids on there. There's probably 4 or 5 that are going to compete to play as true freshmen. And that's what you look at. Not necessarily having them play, but can they come in and compete to play?
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing. We have a couple guys on there that are going to be 2-year kids down the road. Just we knew that going in, and you've got to have that. Not every kid you recruit's going to be, ready to come in and play. You kind of get some kids that haven't quite physically matured yet. We got an offensive lineman that's not even shaven yet. But once he does, he grows up and grows into his body. We see great things for him.
One of the things you addressed, or two things that you addressed when you first got here, is you wanted to have Oklahoma kids,
Yep.
and specifically local kids. Now, you were able to do one of those two things. Just address that a little bit.
The Oklahoma thing I felt really great about. I met a lot of great high school coaches, very open, they like Northeastern, they want to see it get back. The local student athletes we kind of ran into, they're more athletes we didn't really have a shot at as far as what we needed to sign. A lot of them were tailbacks through the area, and that kind of that's not a position you're going to see us sign. And then the other part about it is a lot of the kids that we were going after had already kind of been locked up before we got there, and they'd thrown away the key. That was another one. There's quite a few kids up, north of Tulsa, right along that line that we would have liked to got in here and got over to, visit us. But at the end of the day, they'd been locked up and coached up well by the coaching staffs that recruited them. That was probably the most negative aspect of it, was not getting enough local kids in here.
But like you said, that's something you're going to address next year.
Yep. I mean, we'll recruit, from down to Tulsa and up through Locust Grove and all around, and making sure we're hitting every high school. It's just this year I'm still not even sure where every high school is. The first day I got here, I was on my road to Oklahoma City down through Norman, and then over to Tulsa, and it's been a whirlwind. I called it the fly by the seat of your fans recruiting this year, and next year we'll have a heck of a lot better plan. And our area is broken up into good areas, and where we can get the FaceTime in with the kids.
Mm-hmm. Well, Coach, it looks like we're going to have a great group of freshmen coming in next year. Congratulations on your first recruiting class, and best of luck next year.
Thank you.